Welcome, Charlie, to the county. Thank you for
Hey,
stopping in and talking with us tonight.
thank you for having me. Shout out to Genius Playhouse. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Man, we
Much
appreciate
love.
you, bro. I remember Charlie pulled up with a ton of music to the music reactions in season one, and man, I know he gained a fan in me.
Yeah, and majority of it is unreleased. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like caught us hooked at the beginning. Like, where is this guy about to go? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I interpret it. Like, I was just like really captivated. Like, where is he gonna go with this? Like, it being hidden made it all the more like thrilling. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, man.
it's like that
Hey,
intrigue, like what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
shout outs y'all, man. The Playhouse was something that just you know what I mean. There's a certain level of respect and what you guys built just made me feel included. It allowed me to shop records, get real opinions, and y'all gave me a lot of confidence just in terms of hey, objectively, I've never been around any of these people before, but they see what I'm coming with and what I'm brewing with. So y'all put a lot of confidence in me. Y'all gave me a lot of perspective with a lot of your feedback, and the community y'all built was just very receptive. It was, it felt like I had a fan base within the community, and just the fact that y'all built something like that to walk into just off of what I mean. I came across y'all. Y'all came across me on IG was it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing for real. It's a um what you want to say, respect to what you guys built.
Hey, we appreciate that, bro, and
Yeah, thank you.
that really means so much because, like you said, we really did want to build a place where people who didn't necessarily know, like you said, where to get that thoughts on their feedback, or like feedback on the records, or where to meet new people, where to, like you said, be able to grow a fan base, get heard by new people. It's just like a lot of people helping the artists that are already up, but not a lot of people helping get there. And so we just really wanted to help kind of build a space with that, and just seeing an artist like you, like the caliber you guys bring in, you know what I'm saying, is it really just brings the validity to that space. So we really appreciate
Of
Well
course,
said.
man. Thanks for building it.
that. Hey, and so one of the first things I'd like to ask early, Charlie, if someone's like just coming across you, like first impression, what do you want people to know about you?
um, I want people to know that I'm about big ideas. That I'm about big ideas. If I can only say one thing, because if it's a song, if it's an album, if it's a brand, if it's just the way that I want to bond with people, a story. I'm big. I'm all about big ideas. I feel like big ideas allow you to teach lessons, show perspective, give humor. Like it gives trajectory. It gives thought trajectory. And I feel like if you don't have big ideas, you can't really do that. So I'm all about like, hey, you're gonna start here. I'm gonna get you here. You know what I mean? With a big idea. That's the first thing I want you to know about me.
That's awesome. It's gonna be about big ideas,
Yeah.
no thinking small here. I love that.
And that already ties into the question I had. I was gonna ask, what's the importance of seeing a vision all the way through? Because I know that's something I've seen from you a lot, and I know a lot of people have that idea in their head, but actually not shorting themselves and going all the way through it. They're like, what is the importance for someone who can't see that? It's like, I'm glad you said that.
I think that being able to see a vision through is, let me see if I can break this down. I look at it like we all have insecurities about our ability to accomplish what we have in our brain. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And clinging on to the biggest version of your idea is like almost the epitome of confidence. You know what I mean? Because little by little, dang, I don't have that much money. Dang, I don't have that much confidence. Dang, I don't have that many resources. Dang, not as many people are. You know what I mean? Life will chip away at your idea for you. You're not allowed to. Your job is to protect your big vision, protect your big idea. And seeing it through is almost like that's really your Grammy, your level of whatever you want to, whatever makes you feel like the accomplishment equivalent. You know what I mean? But being able to protect it from the world, there's like an intimate relationship with yo. I saw this and I didn't let y'all stop me from seeing it, and I saw it through. So to me, it's like a level of accomplishment before it matters to product, before it matters to like your business. it's like a personal thing of like, no, I said I was going to do something or be something or saw something, and I didn't deviate. You know, that's how I see it.
I like that.
I've heard people talk about how sometimes they won't share their vision until it comes to fruition because they're scared of, like you said, like people trying to knock it down, shoot it down, chip away at it.
Yeah, get the wrong idea.
Yeah,
just think it's something it's not.
Talk them into something else. Is that something that you walk with, that you hold, or do you like to, share? Are you one of the people who like to share visions early, speak it into existence type of person?
That's a great question. So I used to be very reliant on the people close to me seeing what I see to the point where I'd be shopping ideas all the time, but not in a way in which I'm sharing. More so, I'm approval pitching. You know what I mean? And it's very easy to approval pitch. And I think approval pitching is just really being insecure. You know what I mean? And as I got mature and as I saw some of the things that I believed in make sense and stick landing, even if it didn't get to be, if I didn't get to bring it to market, but behind the scenes as I was working on something, it made sense to me still. I became much more of this is what I'm doing. I'm always selling myself. Every conversation is me selling myself. You don't have to fucking buy it. And if you want to say anything bad about it, kind of fuck you. Not in a disrespectful way, but in a way of like, well, this is product, this is business. If you don't buy it, that literally doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? And I
McDonald's
think that
has people walk by too, right? Like
exactly. And I think that once you get there, you realize that keeping your dreams to yourself keeps your dreams from absorbing positive outward friction. You know what I mean? Like whether it's just getting callous to criticism, whether it's damn, I don't think that most of what you said applies to what I'm doing, but I like that little thing. You know what I mean? And you quantify that. You think of how many times your dream could absorb things that make it bigger or make it more polished or make it more refined. That if you keep it to yourself, you're limited to you. You know what I'm saying?
that
So I
makes so
think
much
it's a
sense.
balance. It's a balance to you have to callous yourself to criticism. Like I think that if you want to execute the best idea you can, you got to stop fucking crying about how other people feel about it. Because you need that friction and the wisdom of what to do with that friction to make it its most refined version of itself. That's my opinion. So I'm big on, hey, say it out loud because someone might tell you something you need to know. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got the wherewithal and the confidence to like not waver because of it.
So you got to have that certainty and that belief in yourself, that, like you said, that security in who you are, what you're aiming for, and then you can take it out to the world.
Exactly.
And let it get refined.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think that all right, so I think that people are conditioned to think that they're supposed to be so broadly accepted that you're kind of playing this jump rope game of acceptance, right? But I think that like with the internet and kind of how everything became segmented into more niche markets, like you can kind of just be a full-fledged version of yourself because you're not having to check so many boxes of other markets that might not affect yours. You know what I mean? So it's almost like it's safer to be brave now because you have less pressure to be wide. You can be deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like there is so many niches these days, and I think what you were just saying is great advice for artists, especially even like artists I've seen in our stream and stuff, like holding themselves back in a sense of like that, like being afraid to get hurt over someone's opinion. You know what I mean? When it could just help them, and just putting themselves out there and going all the way through and not caring is like actually where the benefit comes from, instead of versus like being anxiety or however they think about it.
Exactly. And part of it is people got to study. You want to know why I don't give a fuck about some feedback I get? It's because people who know less than me are telling me it. No matter how that sounds, it's like, well, if I study this and you see something different, if I study this with confidence, that I'm not thinking you know more than me to the point where I should waver. You just don't see what I see. You know what I mean? But so and you can only get that level of confidence with do you actually study? Do you actually understand your market? Do you actually understand who you're selling to? Do you understand what they matter and what matters to them? Do you understand how to get there? Do you understand your value proposition? Do you understand this enough to say fuck you to somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't, then you have to get scared when they tell you you might suck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where the anxious comes in. Totally. Yeah.
One time I was on a reaction video, right? All love. And they gave one of my songs on the album, like a 3.5, right? Out of 5. And then I had a friend I was playing my album for, and he cried. And he told me, bro, like, the world needs more of this. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, oh, they can both coexist. But I study enough to be like, well, what makes this one applicable and what makes that? I'm gonna get that because not everybody has these feelings and these emotions, you know. And I think that if I could tell my younger self anything, it's like, yo, understand who you're selling to so that you don't have to be afraid of the opinion from the people you don't have to sell to, because they'll change your product.
That's fine.
That's so real. Damn.
That's crazy. Nah, for real. You said something there. You mentioned that, and by the way, quick shameless plug: character development, all platforms. Y'all go stream it now. Charlie from the Couny. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta run that up.
Please do.
If you haven't heard it, go listen. If you have heard it, comment your favorite song. I'm trying to see what people have been rocking with, because I've been rocking with the album a lot. So, but you mentioned that one of your homies said, bro, like, the world needs more of this, and I agree completely. But I was curious, what's the best compliment you've ever received from your music, and who was it from?
It was from my homie Drew, the same guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
Literally. So we was sitting, my man Manny, who got a couple records, great rapper too. He produced a couple records on the album. He was in town. We was getting some stuff done, and I was playing the album for Drew, and it was just a level of, he noticed what I'm trying to capture out of the universe. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to quote him. It was a level of, bro, you're capturing moments that matter in life that no one is bottling up. And it matters so much to me that I know we need more of it. It was something along that line, right? And it it was different because it wasn't your music is so good. It was your music is so valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, music can be very good and have no interpersonal value. It's like an industry, it makes money, right? But I care about people. Like, I fell in love with music because of how it affected my perspective and my emotional state and my philosophies and my style or whatever, right? So when people are just like, yo, you found something in the world worth excavating, that was probably you know what I mean? Because it wasn't about a song. It was about why I do this. It was about my strategy on art. So I have to say that. You know, I know that's a long-winded statement, but it was so impactful because it made me feel like I'm doing something that's not just for me. You know what I mean? Think about how many people make music, and it's just a selfish, capitalistic, self-serving venture of like me. You know what I'm saying? No one ever wants to admit it, but think about how much even successful music is that. You know what I'm saying? But then when music is like, damn, bro, like, you can make me look at life differently in a positive way, versus you can play me something that'll make me give you money. So,
is there an album that you feel shaped or defined your childhood, or upbringing?
My childhood,
upbringing in
I
general.
think about the same question.
Yeah.
Like, who's this influence? You know what I mean? Like, who did this to you?
I love it.
Damn. So
Because
I'll give
like you
you
said,
two.
oh, go ahead.
The first CD that my mom ever got me, like I had some tapes, right? But my first CD was Big Willie Style. Was Big Willie Style by Will Smith. You know what I mean?
Will
And
Smith is a rapper. I forgot.
Man, bro, Will Smith back in the day, bro.
yeah, what?
The
Well,
Sorry to
first,
first
cut you
off,
off. I was like, I
y'all are
forgot about that shit, bro. Like,
y'all a little bit younger. I'll give you an example, right?
nah, but I
Getting
love
jiggy
Will
with
Smith.
it,
I love his music, bro. It's like it's so fun. There's an energy about it.
it's literally fun, right? Like getting jiggy with it was as big as a record as like God's plan at the time.
That's what's crazy, bro.
what?
Is he's just like a part-time rapper and he like kills it. He,
I
like
didn't know that.
Well,
I didn't know it was that
he
big.
actually, Will Smith won the first rap Grammy ever.
I
Will
didn't know
Smith
that.
has several classic rap songs. Summertime, Getting Jiggy with
That
It,
one I
Hands
definitely
Still
knew.
Understand. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Plus, I'm from Pennsylvania, so so Will was my guy. Right?
Yeah, you know a little bit more
I
about
guess
Will than I will, that's for sure.
You know,
that's crazy.
so him, Kanye, Late Registration.
Will was on. Oh, sorry. Never mind. I thought you were saying Will was on Late Registration for a second. I was like, damn, I had no idea.
Yeah. Late Registration was one of them, and
Kanye.
fucking Gone Fishing by the Cool Kids.
Gone Fishing.
You guys know who the Cool Kids are?
I know who the cool kids are.
I'm gonna be honest. No,
I'm gonna look up the album cover real quick because I think I've seen it before, or I think I've heard it before, but I can't name it for sure.
Okay, so
Cool Kids.
the Cool Kids, when I was in high school, they was just popping off, right? They had this mixtape with Don Cannon, but Mikey Rocks showed me as a rapper that you can be like a really, really regular person with your own flair and make it sound ill. You know what I mean? Like you didn't have to be a previously established trope of something. You don't got to be the nice guy. You don't got to be the hard nigga. You don't got to be the funny guy. Like you can kind of be just like a off the grid character. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd say those. You know, because it was the storytelling, the interpersonalness, the Late Registration. It was like the flair and the fun of Will Smith, and then it was like the individuality of the Cool Kids. Like those are kind of like what built how I look at music.
I love that, and that record actually was the one I was thinking of. So I'm gonna actually run that one back after. I'm excited to hear it.
Yo, shout out to the Cool Kids. The Cool Kids need more love. The Cool Kids need more love. I'm here.
I saw
for
they were
it.
out of Georgia, so
Yeah.
ATL. Yeah, you go ahead.
I was just saying. You said they were with Don Cannon.
Yeah, Don Cannon did the mixtape. It's a mixtape called Gone Fishing.
I know Don Cannon, but
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the group. But I'm gonna have to look into it, bro. I always like enjoy checking out the old shit like from eras like that. So I like to ask a lot of artists this question, and for you it may be different. You know what I'm saying? Some people just know all along. But was there a moment like growing up and like being influenced by music or just like creating music for the first time and you it, like clicked in your head and you decided like this is it, like this is all I'm gonna do, like this is gonna be like, well, not like all I'm gonna do, but like this is the vision, this is where I'm ending shit, is like this career. Like did you have a moment like that, or did you just know all along like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna be?
Oh, that's a great question. When I was in high school, before I like started recording, because back then it wasn't as easy to record as it is now.
Yeah.
And I used to just have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of raps, right? And I'd be corny. I'd ask my friends to read my little raps. And then I recorded with my man. His name was Alex Tito, Alexander Covington from the Matha. We had a group called Poetic. And I always wanted to be an NFL player. I love football, right? I like greatness. You know what I mean? But when I realized that I couldn't play football, you know what I'm saying? I think that I just went all in on, oh, I'm going to be great at this. You know, and it wasn't ever one of those accurate statements. It was one of those, I'm not that good, but I don't care. I had that creative delusion, you know what I mean, where you think that you're good the whole time. And I had it for a long time. I was not good for a decent amount of time. You know, but there was just a level of blind, fuck it. This is what I'm doing. And so I was like 10th grade. You know, I probably when people were making fun of me in summer school for making freestyle videos instead of doing my homework. That's when I knew I was gonna. That's when I
Bro,
knew. Fuck.
we gotta bring the car freestyle back, or the car freestyle videos back. I used to fuck with those.
Oh man, those are fun.
Those were fun. There were some fire freestyles in there, bro. The freestyle challenges and stuff that would pop off.
It's a little more raw because
Yeah.
it's like you're out in public, you're not in your comfort zone, you're like in the car, you know what I'm saying? But you're with the homies, so it is comfortable. It just gives you that freedom of like no one else can hear this shit. Like
You gotta hold up the phone at the right spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's not like the music's getting like blaring, but also you can still
everyone can hear it too.
Yeah.
But I miss being I miss like just loving freestyle. I used to just like get high with my friends in the car and freestyle.
Just have fun.
I have since fell out of love with freestyling. But bruh, getting high with your friends in the car freestyling is like up there in fun things in life.
No,
I think I underappreciated it.
I
like,
agree.
You know
completely.
what I'm saying? Looking back, I'm like, man, I should have gone harder. Like, if you would have just been less, hesitant on those bars.
Oh yeah, you gotta say fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Me and my oh, you guys from?
Oh, can you hear us? See us?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. It says connecting to chat.
It looks frozen.
Yeah, video might have popped off again.
Why is it doing that?
Not too sure. Do the best with what we can.
Yeah, it looks like you're back.
Yeah, yes, sir.
It should be good. It should be rolling.
Okay, good. We straight.
Awesome. Well, hey, this is probably going to be like a complete change of topic from what we were last talking about, but this is another thing that I've been wanting to ask. I feel like you might have an interesting answer. Don't feel like pressure to like spice it up or anything, but if your music was an ice cream flavor, what flavor would it be?
It's a hard
Pistachio.
question.
Pistachio.
What? You so quick on it, bro. He asked me that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like at first I was questioning it, but then I was like, "Cookie dough." Came to me.
Well, why pistachio?
Pistachio is one of the most unique flavors. That it's so unique that you either love it or it's okay and you don't really like it. You know what I mean? It's not like no one's gonna name pistachio as like their third, fourth favorite flavor. It's either like, oh, pistachio, or they don't eat it.
That's real.
It's a good answer.
I fuck with it.
It's a good answer. Yeah, you're quick on that shit, bro. Damn.
I like that answer.
Well, I got one. So like listening to your music, especially your last project, I could tell production is, you know what I'm saying, plays a big part. Like your beat style seems like is, you know what I'm saying, it's meant for you. Like everything is just built for you in those soundscapes. And maybe it's you as the artist just creating that, you know what I'm saying, pulling it all together. But with, you know what I'm saying, your beats, who is your dream producer collab? You know what I'm saying? Who's that guy when you're like, when I meet up with him, you know what I'm saying, when I'm up, like, and we make this record, like that's it. Do you have somebody in mind?
First off, let me say I love my producers.
No, I'm not saying leave them behind.
I got hit with the shout out. I got a shameless plug. Shout out to Lo-Fi. Shout out to Jab and Tech. Shout out to Casey Belair. Shout out to Manny 608. Shout out to Hitman Hunter. Shout out to Tabari. I'm pretty sure that's all of my producers on that. Man, I'm like a rap head. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to work with like, dang, one person.
Yeah, just one.
Man, shout out all the producers, by the way.
Yeah.
Great team helping bring this man.
You guys are fucking fire. Like whoever produced Gray Lexus, you know what I'm saying? Grammy deserving song. Like I don't know, Bad Boys 2, whoever produced that, I can't remember specific names, but it's like that beat, pretty crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I just had to throw that in there for y'all. Those are like personal ones I like.
Thank you. Shout out to Jab. That was Jab.
Okay. Shot a jab.
I'm gonna say Ye, because if you work with Ye, you're not just working with Ye. You're working with an assembly line of talent and access. You know what I mean? Because he's more of a director. He's gonna have a vision, and then he'll outsource the things that need to be improved upon. So like, that's kind of like how I look at music. I feel like me and Ye would make some amazing shit because it would take forever. It would take forever.
A lot of ideas clashing, I'd assume.
Yeah, man. And if I had to have a backup, fuck, God, I can't even have a backup. I talk too much.
No backups. No backups. It's fair. No, and that's a good response. Like with his whole catalog of everything through experience and clothing, music, just everything. You know what I mean? Media. Like he does have everything kind of unique. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. His access to everything in the world, other people, is insane. Just influence in general. Like
it's crazy. Ye is one of those people that makes me feel like anything is possible. You know what I mean? There's just a level of the ambition is there. The ambition is crazy there. Not a lot of people are that ambitious with like, I'm gonna make something that I shouldn't be allowed to make.
Yeah.
Nah, I definitely, like you said, there's so many things where, like, even Heartbreaks and 808, it was like he was just innovating at the time. It's like, oh, like it's a no-brainer. Of course you'd go with that sound. But it's like at the time there was maybe T-Pain, like there wasn't sound like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he led the way. He opened the door to so many of today's artists and like songs, and it's like you said, it's hard. Like it's hard for me when people try to deny his impact and his influence on the industry.
Oh yeah, because you can't.
That's
like
real.
trying to.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like saying that the Cowboys didn't affect the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you talking about this dumb shit? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I get that you're a Dolphin fan, but it's like, let's be real.
I get it.
That doesn't change reality.
But my dream, if I can make a collaboration album with anybody, Anderson .Paak.
I can see that.
Anderson .Paak is my favorite. Anderson .Paak's probably my favorite artist in the world right now.
He's. I hope this isn't like disrespectful in any way to either party, but to me, he's like the modern day Will Smith. Like he's just got that groove, that fun. Like you can't listen to his music without smiling, without just like, it's like your days get brighter. You know what I'm saying? Like
Anderson .Paak, I agree with you to a certain extent, right? Anderson .Paak is like Kanye, where he's so talented, he has versions of himself. He has like shades in which he can say, I'm gonna make beat tape. Like his stuff with No Worries is like beat tape. You know what I mean? I'm an ass play ass nigga, but I'm a real man, and I'm a rap a little bit. It's a groove. For him and Bruno is like theater, very big showmanship, super catchy soul. But then like Ventura's like R&B kind of neo soulish. You know what I mean? He's one of those people that's like every single album has a different musical approach, and I think that I respect that at probably the most out of any quality. You know what I mean? Because that shows someone's ability to like endlessly adapt. Like that's like a different trait.
That's how I feel with Tyler the Creator. Like he's been able to show so many different sides at him.
And like reinvent himself multiple times.
Well, and like across the spectrum, like if you think back to Goblin, then like Flower Boy, like it's just such a wide range. And like to me, it seems like he's like gained fans all along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like
someone for every era. Yeah, I'd agree. And I'm
100%. Tyler's one of the goats. Tyler's one of the goats. Because what we don't talk about enough is just there's certain artists that are just full package artists. It's brand, it's look, it's sound, it's rebranding, it's it's music videos, it's tour, it's merch, it's business venture. How do you solidify yourself as a character in pop culture? And there's not a lot of people who can like check all those boxes. You know what I mean? There's certain people who are good at most, several, or some things. But when everyone's like, oh no, this nigga checked every single box. You know what I mean? There's not very many of those people. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Tyler's one of those people that's just like, you know what I mean? His footprint is just forever in hip hop.
100%.
Yeah, that was my main like guy growing up. Like that was my like. This is why I like rap music shit. I don't know. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Tyler's good taste. Tyler's my guy. I
Yeah.
would love to work with Tyler. I actually look at people like him, like those are the people I want the respect of. The people who are like, oh, I had Tyler has the big vision. He saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's cool when the lyricists fuck with you, when the musicians fuck with you, but when the people who are like, I'm an entire thing,
Yeah.
fuck with you. It's because your entire thing made sense and stuck the landing, not a piece of it. So like Tyler's one of those people that's just like, I care about respect. I'm not one of those, I need everyone to love me, but I care about this. And the people who care about this, I want the respect of.
Oh,
And
that's
he's
real.
on there. He's like one of those guys.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Like that's something I think all of us, you know what I'm saying, can agree on. It's just like wanting to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to stand out, really wanting to like hold our place. Like I think about it all the time, and it's like that's what keeps me pushing to like keep moving stuff and just keep progressing. It's like that goal of like I want to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
I look at
100.
that Tyler and people like Kendrick, J. Cole, like they all have something. You know what I mean? Like they all have that shit. Not just them, but there's plenty of people like that.
But yeah, you know, I 100% feel you. I look at being a musician or like a brand in music like real estate, right? There's certain places where there's a lot of houses. You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists that occupy that area. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you're just trying to get a property on the board. You know what I mean? You're not really competing. You just want a property on the board. You want a location that says, hey, you can't occupy the space I occupy. I'm here. You know what I mean? You don't got to be the biggest. You don't got to be the smallest. You don't got to be anything more than that happened, and we care that it happened. Because
Oh,
now
that's
you know
real.
you can't control everything, but you know the cool kids happened. Not everybody knows. Not everybody cares, but I do, and it happened, and you can't replace it. And you can't move it. And I think that as artists, that's like the goal. Just make it onto the board so they can't kick you out and pretend like you didn't do that.
It sounds like the cool kids had an impact on you. What impact do you want to have on your listeners?
That's a great fucking question. Um, I want to be able to offer a vulnerable, valuable perspective that allows people to validate their interests, their failures, their ambitions, their relationships, their growth, their regret. I want to provide a collection of those things so that people who fall in love with the county or become a county local can feel like the life that they walked had a validation soundtrack. You know, I think that, and that's what I want. Some stuff I want to rap tight. Some stuff I want to get some crazy stories out. But I think sometimes, most times, I want to make records that are less about the type of people we are and more about the fact that we are people and allow people to just have something that makes you connect and feel comfortable being the complex thing that we are. I want to make people feel warm inside. Like, damn, bro, like I gotta call my mom. Damn, bro, like I can't believe I looked at life like that. Now I could never do that again.
Damn, bro, I
You know,
gotta
I
call
want
my
to
mom.
impact people.
That's exactly how I felt after Long Text. Anytime I hear that track, I'm just like, by the way, y'all, closing song, outro song on character development. long text. Do yourself the favor, hear the project first, hear it in context. But man, that's a beautiful song.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. That's one of those like, yo, one day that's gonna hurt to hear, but right now it just makes me proud to just that's my relationship with my mom and also even allowing her to give advice to my fans the same way she gives advice to me.
I
That's what I
really
think makes it important to me.
when you brought that song onto our stream,
Yeah.
I know that it had a huge impact on the audience. And I just really appreciated you. Like I can only imagine what that's gonna brought to all of your fans. And so I really just appreciated being able to see a little glimpse of that into the live stream. You know, you playing it for 50 or however many people, and just seeing how many people that affected. And
Yeah.
I'm even just tearing up. You know, like thinking about it. Like I saw the chat. People were like you said, it was giving them that feeling that I need to go talk to my mom. Like just making them reflect and think about life. And it's just such a powerful song.
Yeah, and I think they worked on me. I wasn't living with my like near my family at all, and I remember I had like called my mom like the next morning after the stream. Like, so
Damn.
you know, what I'm saying it worked.
See,
Like, I sort of because I'm remembering the moment. Like, because I did like at that time period I was working a lot. I didn't have very much free time. I never saw my family at all, and so like it was like one of those weird moments. It's like now you're bringing it up. It's like damn, like that shit was kind of deep. You feel me?
that one, I'm so glad, that y'all see the value in that, and I'm so glad that it can affect you guys because I think that one of the most important things that I try to do is and this probably I probably could have answered one of your questions like this, but there's things in life that are right there that we don't apply value to appropriately. And I really take it seriously to pick up those things, hold them in front of you, and tell you why you should care about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on making sentimental music that's like, bro, this matters, bro. This literally matters. You know what I mean? And I'll explain it to you. And the fact that it's something as important as, hey, your relationship with your mom is a complicated thing, you know? And we don't have the same relationship, not the same parents. Some people got fucked up relationships with, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, being able to take it seriously, the forgiveness, the camaraderie, the wisdom, the understanding, the getting to that point of like, yo, my mom is a human being and she's a fuck up, like I'm a fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But she's my mom.
That was a huge thing for me of like, oh my, like parents are first time parents too. You know, it's not like there's some like master like this is exactly like I know exactly what I'm doing. Like I've done this 100 times. Like you said, they're learning with you. Like they're going through the experience with you. And when I realized that and learned that, I was able to like give my parents a lot of grace of like things that was like, oh, like you did this or like, I had a lot of anger towards my parents, and then I realized like they're just doing the best they can. They're just people, just like me and just like everyone else. And um, I just love how you're able to use your gift of storytelling and your talent that I know you've spent a lot of time and effort refining and getting better at. I just love how you're able to use that gift and, like you said, shine the spotlight on things that are important but don't always get the recognition that they maybe deserve.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that because I think to be a good I think to be a good musician you have to be talented. To be a great musician you have to be a philosopher. You know what I mean? You have to have a point of view that is valuable. Or
That's
else, you know what I mean? Or else you're just talented. You don't not a lot of people who are talented have perspective. And I feel like perspective is like probably the most important intangible asset of mankind.
that's one of the reasons poetic, right? Hip hop can have so many things, but one of the ways I see it is poetry set to music. And one of the things that makes it that is the insight and the wisdom that it can bring. And like you said, I think there's a different level of power and that hip hop and rap and music can have when performed by a poet, when performed by someone with that insight who pushes the boundaries and doesn't just accept what they've been told and, you know, ask questions and sees things differently. Like you said, I think it's so valuable being able to merge the worlds of philosophy and entertainment.
I 100% agree with that. And I want to shit on somebody real quick. Not on necessarily somebody, but on some people. This is mean, but I'm gonna do it. You know what I hate? I hate people who do spoken word poetry, but don't be saying anything insightful. Like they, like I used to have a dream, and that dream turned into a nightmare. But that nightmare caused me to wake up, and I had to use the bathroom.
The scene
It's
from
like,
21 Jump Street just ran through my head. Where he's, Cynthia, Jesus died for our Cynthias. That one's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
That's exactly where my head went when you said that. I was like, damn.
Oh man, I love poetry just like you, bro. I hate people who do bad poetry. like it's so obnoxious. I'm sorry. I just had to get that.
That one's been building up a little while.
No,
Bro,
I saw someone get flamed for that shit on TikTok.
And I'm gonna go on a campaign to shut those niggas up one day. Because what, bro? It's just poser at its finest. Like,
Charlie's gonna teach a poetry class.
You know what I mean? I get that you like this, bro, but like part of it, you have to say something. You're not just talking. You can't just talk.
Just saying shit.
That's funny.
It's like saying stuff just in a certain tone, like just like reading something, but just in like a dramatic tone. And just like,
all right, that's low key one of my, like, I understand it's a powerful like technique or tactic or whatever, but when people be putting like mad suspenseful or like inspirational music behind like just like average words, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, oh, like that's the one that gets to me, like where it's just like blown out of proportion.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're enhancing a moment that like doesn't need to be enhanced. It's just like something very vague every single human knows. It's like be yourself, and then it's like playing this epic music in the background, mountains are falling, and it's like you know what I mean? It's like you know they're doing that shit for fucking views. Like they just want fucking money. Like
well, it's crazy though, because like, so Charlie, I was thinking, bro, earlier when you were playing with the light, the only thing, it was either a horror movie or it was a comedy, depending on what kind of music was on. Yeah, no, sound design's super underrated, I feel like, but sometimes it's taken to an extreme. Like, can be overdone.
Bro, I feel like it would be. I almost would love it if someone dedicated a whole page to satire that. Like if somebody just was like, I'm gonna make a whole page of making dumb versions of this to be funny. It's just epic music. You know, I would literally watch that shit every day.
That low key be a good like meme page. Like
I could run an account like that. I'd be up for it.
Super epic music, just like people are saying the epic stuff. He's like, I made a grilled cheese sandwich, and it's just like bump bump up, like
praying emoji. Just you know what I mean, like pray.
It's like we've all been there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the caption. We've all been there.
I don't know, guys. We might have to run this page.
We might have to. We might have to. It might be necessary at this point. You know, it literally might be necessary.
Mm-hmm. If anyone starts this page, tag us with it.
Exactly. At least credit us.
You know, it'll be also. I'm just talking shit now, but it'll be so funny. Someone literally just made, like, imagine candid camera of getting people taking shits and all the things that people do and putting slow motion cuts in epic sound effects. Like not just on their face. You know what I mean? The things that people be doing, You know, it's just it'll be that shit will be so stupid.
Like just enhance the reaction of everything.
Like if
Yeah.
montages were in real life type shit, but like
Yeah.
Taking the shit.
I'm a huge fan of
just
obnoxious
like
shit.
scrolling through the phone. Like,
Yeah.
all right, now I think we got it. We got that's the visual, and then we have the person talking with the epic music just in the background, like it's like a voiceover. And then it's just like, but like it's like also average ass like visuals. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
average talk. Think while you're taking a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh man, I gotta pay my light bill, bro. They're gonna cut my shit off.
It's like somebody's just sitting there cooking, like just watching the food, like it's like not like flipping it or anything like fancy, just like looking at it, like
That's
maybe
funny.
adjusting the temperature a little bit, like keep heat, like touching it up, thinking it's gonna make it go faster.
Right? I endless enough time of the day so you could dedicate enough time to stupid shit that's funny. There's not enough time of the day to do stupid shit that's funny anymore. But stupid shit that's funny matters.
That's what YouTubers have like mastered life at. Where it's like they get to just like, and comedians too, like they just get to like make jokes and laugh, and it's like that's their life. Now obviously there's more that goes into it than that, but like, you know, like that's essentially what it comes to.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it. That shit's important though. That's why the outlets and like YouTube videos that post all that shit are so big, because everybody needs that little bit of like silliness in their day. And if you can't do it yourself, it's like you're happy to watch someone do it on YouTube, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, no, like that entertainment, whether it's a movie, a YouTube video, like
everyone needs
a comedy show. Yeah. All right, Charlie. So this can be the last question I have for you tonight. We really appreciate you pulling up, being part of this. What's your favorite rhyme scheme or word to rhyme with?
My favorite word to rhyme with?
Pause. There's some processing going on. Some gears
because
turning.
I've never even considered that. So like I'm like I'm entering to a place of my mind that I never knocked on. I gotta wait till you.
I love that. No rush.
Favorite rhyme scheme or word to rhyme with. I'd say the adject, like magic.
Adject.
Like, and not before the word, but there's an assortment of interesting, evocative words that like I've written a song that was like the first. They say death is elastic. Yeah, that astic sound, marvelous. You can go on a journey with that.
I love that.
I can picture the like ventures going down. Like, oh yeah, this word could go with that. You could use these two words that sounds like that. Plug that in. Like, I could hear it already.
In the world of like YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Back when it was like, oh, albums are the only things like to sell. Like, I understand why it wasn't that way, but now in the world of YouTube, I'm surprised there's not more rhyming with astic, or rhyming with moon, or like just having a certain rhyme scheme throughout a whole video.
Rhyming with money, weed.
Exactly. Yeah, just how long can I go with and I'm just surprised there's not more of that, of like, I'm gonna go on this one rhyme scheme as far as I can and put it in a video. Or like,
it's hard. I've tried it before on songs.
And that's why I think it'd be entertaining.
You make it to a point, but then at one point you got to get fucking creative. You're like, all right, bro. Like, I've said everything.
Yeah. Well, and what you can use, like some different schemes have like, where it's like a lot of the words have a certain like theme.
Yeah.
And so it's like not even just the word, but like the things I've talked about within it. Yeah.
You just start going, not say nonsense at the end. Like, majestic, I'm flipping the mystical and shit. Like, oh man.
Some people are so good at freestyling. It's incredible.
Gotta fall back in love with it. You know what I mean? That's what we're saying.
It's definitely a skill.
I used to love it at one point. Same thing. Like, I kind of fell back from it. Like, to me, it's like, oh, I like recording more now. I'd like to record this. Like,
well, and like for soccer players, like freestyling's like it's like juggling. You know what I'm saying? Like it's part of it, but it's not 1-to-1. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's like the people who practice juggling more often than shooting, are going to be better jugglers than shoot. You know, like, and yeah, but
Quick, I got game. The best way to utilize freestyling is to allow yourself to come up with new voice inflections, rhyme schemes, and cadences instead of actually caring about the words you say, using the ability to make sounds, rhythms, and and inflections as a way to just practice. Almost like if it's basketball, well, you're just doing shit to like, how can I contort my body? How can I finish from here? How can I shoot from there? Stuff that you never do, to the point where if you do it enough for fun, then you actually have the ability to use it in a real game.
I
That's
love
why I
that
thought
analogy too.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. That's
Because
a
in
great way to
basketball, I
look
might
at
do
it.
the behind the head shot, but I'm not gonna, like, if I'm in a game, I'm not just gonna do that. I'm gonna proper form. You know what I'm saying? But if I
But
do it
one day
enough
you might
times,
need to.
I
You
might
might
need
need it for
to.
one time, one day.
And if I've done it enough times, just having fun, it's just gonna go up naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. I like that.
That's a game from the county.
Hey, that one's free. He threw that one at y'all, no price. Hey man, well, we appreciate you a ton, Charlie. Thank you for pulling up.
Yeah, thank you. And it was nice to meet you. Like, I think it's the first time, like one of the first times, or the first time we've like talked. So nice to meet you, Charlie.
Which is crazy because I've seen you so many times.
Yeah.
And literally, you're like with the same color scheme. You're literally talking into a camera, long form. So it's crazy to say that you've never seen me talk to you on the camera because I've seen you talk to me so many times on the camera.
I know, it's wild. It's wild. It's like we've been having that. We've been talking to community members. They're like talking in Discord. It's so weird. It's like they're like almost like, oh, this is like a little funny. Like, I've talked to you, but like you're meeting me, so it feels fresh to you. But I like feel like I know you like in a teeny bit. Like, it's a weird feeling. But I'm happy to finally meet you, bro.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, man. I like Poetic said, like, I actually do enjoy your music. Like, for me, I'm not super into like the lyrical shit, but you bring me back to a time of like Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino, like old Tyler the Creator. Like, you bring me in this like nostalgic feel of like when I really love that like style of music. And not comparing you to them, but like that was my vibe at the time. And so like it just really brings me back to this like fun and joyful, like, because you're not it's not every song is like, oh, super serious. Like, a lot of the new rappers that like were from back then are a lot more serious now. So it's like you bring the fun back into like that genre for me, and I appreciate that. So thank you, bro. Like, real shit. Like, I genuinely enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a like journey to watch you grow, and I think it's cool. It's like we're on the same team. I told Poetic, like, when the time's right, you know what I'm saying, we'll hop on a call.
Respect.
Hey, much love, Charlie. We appreciate you pulling up, being a part of this. And I know there's going to be a lot of people in the community looking forward to hearing from you. So
Okay, bro.
thank you again for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for caring. Thank you for loving on me. Thank you for rocking with me for all the time and what you guys have been. So, I mean that for the bottom of my heart. From my first single release, y'all been rocking. So, thank you.
Hey, much love, Charlie. We really appreciate it. I can't wait to watch you continue to grow and progress.
Oh God, bro! Like, you're gonna be a star. It's just a matter of time. Like, that's one thing me and him could both agree on. It's like we see it. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of time for you. Like,
Thank you. I
100%. Just keep
appreciate
going,
it.
bro. Like, the vision's there. You got believers. We just want to help spread the message. You feel me?
Real talk.
Thank you, man. Look out for this new song. I'm plotting. We plotting.
Hey,
we got something lined
Are you
up.
gonna drop the name?
No, we will not
No,
drop the
not
name.
yet.
'Cause Justice would
Y'all
tell
gotta
me.
wait.
He had talked about it before. He's like, let's not bring up anything new yet. Like, I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, Justice. That's why I won't drop the name, because Justice. I can hear Justice saying, "As soon as you say that on the internet, people can beat you to it."
Yeah. They'll hold you to it. Yeah.
No, it's not just talk to y'all on this stream. We practice what we preach, but no,
I'm excited for it.
real talk.
Thank you.
The no name.
It's
The
coming
no name.
soon.
The no name next thing.
Hey,
The no name next thing.
It helped win that $500 though, didn't it?
Oh yes, it did
So
help win that
that's
$500.
that's the excite we can give leading up to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a competition winning song. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. That's what it's holding on. I got you.
And I'll say this: it's game changing.
And with that, he's out. Hey, much love, Charlie from the County. Oh yes.
Oh yes.